I have never seen a movie where I've laughed, cried, gasped, dropped my jaw, and have been so entertained from start to the end of the credits than I was with this movie. I really do think this movie pulled off the impossible. Also, real quick, this video is brought to you by Squarespace. They actually helped me build a secret website, so stay tuned for that. But right now, I gotta talk about this movie. I just watched it. I found a showing at 3 p.m. that I got tickets for, thankfully, and leaving the theater, I was speechless. I knew it was gonna be a good movie, but I had no idea how great of a movie it truly was. All of the actors did an outstanding job with each and every one of their performances. Tom Holland was such an amazing Spider-Man in this movie. He truly felt like the closest comic book representation of Spider-Man that we've seen of him yet. William Dafoe as the Green Goblin was absolutely mental. He was the meanest, scariest, most evil villain they could have gone with for this film. I have never seen such an emotional roller coaster of a movie before. And you know what I really appreciate is that for how long of a movie it was, I couldn't believe it was over so soon. It was a solid 2.5 hour film, and I felt like I was in the theater for like 30 minutes to an hour because I was on the edge of my seat the entire time. If you haven't watched it yet, please go watch it in theaters. It will be an amazing experience. Even if you have no idea or haven't seen all the movies prior, this movie is a standalone masterpiece. And I think it's my new favorite MCU film. But I am going to talk about some spoilers, so this is your fair warning. We are headed into spoiler territory. And these are some of the best spoilers I could have possibly hoped for. If you're new here, be sure to go down and hit that subscribe button to join the community and so you don't miss any upcoming videos. I'm going to be here doing breakdowns and theories for this film soon that you are not going to want to miss. So make sure you're subscribed with post notifications on, and by the end of the video, you should be able to shoot webs out of your butt. Alright, now that it's just you webheads, let's get into the gritty details. I cannot believe all of the changes. I can't believe Aunt May is gone. I can't believe MJ and Ned don't know about Peter anymore. I can't believe Strange let everything get so out of hand. He was acting a little off this movie, am I right? Really happy to see the symbiote left in the MCU. So crazy. I saw Rhino in one of the tears in the multiverse when Strange was holding everything together. I can't wait to watch this again and look for everyone else I missed. Comment anyone you saw in the multiverse tears and I'll look for them tomorrow when I rewatch it again. I'm so happy that Peter finally made his own suit and he's in his own apartment. It really feels like true comic book Spider-Man. I can't wait to see his new blue suit reveal. I don't know when we're gonna see him next though. I was wondering if Miles Morales was gonna be in the end credits scene, but I don't think they'll tease him in anything live action before the second Spider-Verse movie comes out. Green Goblin was an absolutely terrifying villain. The most demented, scary, evil antagonist they could have made, and I am so happy for it. And when the other two Spider-Man came on screen for the first time, oh my gosh, I lost it. So many emotions rushed over me. I think this is my new all-time favorite MCU movie. Before, it was definitely Avengers Infinity War. Seeing everyone team up gave me chills, and the villain winning at the end was so crazy. Just so many emotions. It was such a well-told story with so many of our favorite characters. Seeing Thor come down with his battle axe for the first time sent goosebumps all over my body. Just seeing him wreck aliens in this full-scale war. But this was something different. This had all of the amazing attributes that Infinity War made us go crazy about, but this was a movie that I didn't think was realistic to see in our lifetime. And let me tell you why. Corporations are big and they like money, and a lot of the times they don't play very well together. But Kevin Feige has really done a great job shaping and molding the MCU into what it is today, and a large part of that is his ability to work with Sony and Fox and bring all these superheroes to life and piece them together into the same universe. This movie was just a fantasy, a dream that I had in my head that I thought would never come true ever since Tom Holland took on this third role of Spider-Man. So to see every single Spider-Man from everyone's childhood all come together in one film and have it be entertaining from start to finish and carry so many emotions, it just hit all the nails on the head across the board. There was so much in this movie, but they did everything so well. They didn't have enough time to explain everything, but it never felt too overwhelming to where I couldn't focus on the movie itself. There was just so much to appreciate. I want to go back to the theater and watch it again each day this week. I want to take each of my friends to see it. I want to take my family to see it. I can't wait for when it comes out so I can watch it in my home. I laughed so hard and cried so hard and felt so many emotions in such a short span of time that no movie has ever made me feel so fast. Not only was it a fun and entertaining movie, but it did the impossible. It did something that until today, no one was 100% sure that it could be done. To see all three legends work together in the same movie was unreal. I still can't believe this is real life, and I can only imagine what this means for the MCU moving forward. This gives me such high hopes and excitement for Doctor Strange 2 Multiverse of Madness and for seeing Wanda come back into the picture, as well as the new Spider-Man suit and the symbiote that Venom left. They really have something good with these movies, and I'm a huge fan of it. I'm also a huge fan of Star Wars, and I really just wish they had someone like Kevin Feige to carry the flag and make something of this IP that has so much potential instead of just watching it all go to waste. The Mando with Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni is the best thing to happen to Star Wars since Disney took it over, and I really hope they keep moving forward in the right direction, but seeing Marvel do stuff like this with Sony is just incredible. And just like Spider-Man, I have a secret of my own. I haven't told many people about this, but a few of you close to me may know this. Recently, I got a goose, and he's the best goose ever. But someone stopped me when I was hanging out with him the other day and was like, does he have a website? What's a goose without a website? But you know what? With the help of our friends at Squarespace, I can confidently say that yes, my goose does have a website. In fact, he is the only official goose in the world that has a website. Squarespace is by far the easiest way to go about making a website, whether it's for one of your hobbies or a personal business or for a side hustle or even just for fun. Squarespace is the way to go. They have so many tools that are so easy to use that literally will let you customize every single thing on your website. They have so many beautiful templates to scroll through to help you build your website from the ground up. Just find one that looks nice and put your name on it and you're already up and running. In my case, throw a goose on it and make it honk. It's so easy to add new things even after your website has been published. I was able to add a whole new page to display all the beautiful art people have made for our goose. We also have a contact page where people can leave comments interacting with the goose. And I added a bunch of other fun things you can add to him, like you can make him a cool goose. And you can even put him to sleep now. Everything is seamless and it works well with mobile as well, so you can update while you're on the go, as well as see how it looks on mobile from your computer. If you want to try it out for free, you can head over to squarespace.com for a free 14-day trial. And then when you're ready to launch your own website, you can go to squarespace.com/MichaelJ or use the code MichaelJ at checkout to get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Thank you so much to Squarespace for sponsoring this video and giving the best goose his very own official website. Now, like I was saying, Marvel doing such a good job working with Sony on this film makes me excited about so many other things now. This makes me excited about seeing Deadpool in this universe eventually. I want to go back and watch WandaVision again. I can't wait to see Morbius when it comes out. I want to go watch the Venom movies. This movie made me excited about so many different things, and it made me feel so many different types of ways about all of these different characters. I feel like this is one of those movies that when we grow up, we're going to tell our kids that we were there and saw it in theaters when it happened. The only other thing that I find as cool as this is seeing Star Wars in theaters for the first time back in 1977. Infinity War was cool, but in my opinion, it didn't hold a candle to this film. I'm not going to tell anyone in 10 years that I saw Infinity War in theaters, but in 10, 20 years, whatever, I'm going to look back and remember all of these emotions of seeing all three Peters on screen for the first time together. I know by the numbers and on paper, Infinity War and Endgame broke so many records, but I'm really curious to see how this movie stands up. The last Spider-Man movie did $1 billion at box office, being Sony's biggest movie ever, and I have no doubt that this movie is going to beat that in no time, which is just crazy. The villains were absolutely spectacular. It's hard to say I wish they spent more time on certain villains. It would have been nice to see them get more screen time, but then again, the movie was the perfect length where it left you wanting more. By the end of the second post-credit scene, I still was not ready to leave my seat. There was just so much happening in this movie that I was worried it was just going to end every time something huge happened because I didn't know what time it was or how much of the movie had passed. And I do like that I felt the same way about Infinity War as well. It filled up 2.5 hours very well, and I was entertained throughout and I didn't notice how long it was. But this movie did it even better. I feel like I was in the movie theater for like an hour, not 2.5. But specifically, I feel like we got to see the least amount of screen time of the Lizard and then Sandman. Mainly the Lizard though. It was really cool to see all the actors returning to their roles, but part of me wishes we got to see each one have a little more on-screen time to soak it all in. I'm really happy that they brought in the other Spider-Man so early in the film. I would have been really sad and it wouldn't have made for nearly as good of a movie if they brought them in towards the end to tease them in another movie or something. So happy that they played such a big part in this film. And also, I was really happy all the promotional footage stopped about a third to halfway into the movie, because sometimes they release way too much promotional footage that takes place throughout the entire film, and you can literally piece together everything that happens. But with this one, I was hoping they would be smart about it and only show stuff from the first part of the movie, and they did, largely because the other two Spider-Man are in so much of the rest of the film, but I was really happy to see the footage stop and not know what to expect from then on. And there was only 3 things that I wanted to see in this movie that weren't in it. The first one we knew was cut, but apparently Tom Holland's little brother Harry shot a scene for the film that didn't make the cut, and although we knew it wasn't in there, I was still sad to see they didn't put it in. I hope they release it in the bonus features when it comes out. But second, I wish that we got that one shot reenacting the classic Spider-Man pointing at himself meme. This would have been an incredibly cool little Easter egg to see, but I'm more than happy to let it slip just because they did so much fan service as is. And third, and the one that I was hoping to see the most in the post-credit scene, was pizza time. I wish in some way or another they ended up sharing a pizza between all the spiders, and maybe we would have even got to hear Toby say the line.
Pizza time.
Who knows? Both of these are memes, but they're both what we love about Spider-Man. They're memes for a reason. At one point, I thought he was going to pull out a pizza or say we should go grab pizza somewhere, and when he didn't, I was ever so slightly disappointed. But I mean, the way they left didn't really leave much room for them to go grab a pizza after the fact, so as hard as it is to say, that one can slide too. Actually, go down to the comments and tell me what your favorite part of this movie was and what you wish they put in it that we didn't get to see. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe. I'll have another video out next week that I'll see you in, but until then, I will be in the comments, and remember, with great power comes great responsibility. Peace.